everybody, and welcome to Listen Stone and My Dad Listens to This. I'm Juliet, the daughter.
And I'm Kevin, the dad, and we've been away for a bit.
It's been a while. I was on vacation, Dad got sick, but we're back, baby. And this week, we are talking about the best of Culture Club. So, Dad, what do we need to know?
We need to know that George Allen O'Dowd was born June 14th, 1961, in Kent, England, the second of 5 children to boxing club manager Jerry O'Dowd and Dinah O'Dowd. I had trouble trying to find, like, where did he go to school when he was a kid and that sort of thing. There was nothing on Wikipedia or boygeorgeandcultureclub.net.
Oh, wow,
So,
okay.
if anyone out there knows any of that sort of thing of the early years,
It's his
let
last
us
years,
know.
like Jesus.
I guess so, because the next thing you know, he's a teen.
Hey, there you go.
And he was attracted to the music of T-Rex and David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
He became a regular at the London New Romantic clubs. Now, New Romantic was a combination of Northern Soul, which was soul music from Northern England,
Okay.
and fashion. George became well known for his style and cross-dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm McLaren invited George to join an early version of Bow Wow Wow. George went by the stage name of Lieutenant Lush.
Okay.
But things didn't work out, and he left to form a band called In Praise of Lemmings with bassist Mikey Craig. Guitarist John Suede joined up, and they changed their name to Sex Gang Children.
Oh, no, that sounds like a sex crime.
Eventually, someone else took that name.
Oh, okay.
As a band and made a career of it. Anyway, eventually they met John Morse, who had drummed for Adam and the Ants. By 1981, Suede was replaced by Roy Hay, and a name change occurred. They realized they had, 1, a gay Irishman as lead singer, a black Briton on bass, a blonde Englishman on guitar, and a Jewish drummer, hence the name
Culture Club.
Very good. They made demos and sent them to EMI, who were not interested. Virgin Records was, though, and signed the band in 1982. They released 2 singles, White Boy and I'm Afraid of Me, but neither did anything chart-wise, but the music and fashion press has spilled a lot of ink over Boy George. Their 3rd single, the reggae-influenced Do You Really Want to Hurt Me, went to number 1 in the UK and number 2 in the US, and it was kept from number 1 by Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. Totally understandable.
Oh, well, yeah. Sorry, fellas.
Can't argue with that. Their debut album, Kissing to Be Clever, came out in October 1982. It sold 4 million copies worldwide, 1.5 million in the United States alone. The follow-up to Do You Really Want to Hurt Me was Time, Clock of the Heart, which went to number 2 in the U.S. It was kept from number 1 by...
What, Michael Jackson again?
Nope. What a Feeling, the theme from Flashdance by Iron Carrot, which I get because at that time it was such a huge fad, up to the point where there was a Peanuts special, using my quotation fingers.
Yep.
It's Flash Beagle Charlie Brown.
Which in, if you haven't seen Big Beak Entertainment, go watch his videos. He does a tier ranking of all the Peanuts specials. And Flash Beagle is towards the bottom, but it's not the worst one.
That was the girl in the truck, right? Was that the one that was dead last?
No, that wasn't dead. The live action one. No, the one that was dead last was Melody, I think, or the one where it's the birthday party episode. I'll find it later for you.
Yeah. Anyway.
But anyway, the point is, it's bad.
It's Flash Beagle Charlie Brown. Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Anyway, I'll Tumble For You was the 3rd top 10 hit, making Culture Club the first band since the Beatles to have 3 top 10 hits from a debut album in the United States.
Nice.
The Beatles did it with I Want to Hold Your Hand, She Loves You, and Please Please Me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the tabloids were focusing on George's dressing and sexual ambiguity, and he was on lots of magazine covers.
I wish I could say no one cares anymore, but people still make a big deal out of it when it shouldn't be.
Okay. Pete Burns of Dead or Alive claimed that he was the first to wear braids, big hats, and the costumes. And our boy, though, he had a great comeback. Doesn't matter who did it first, it's who did it better.
Exactly.
Culture Club's 2nd album, Color by Numbers, came out in October 1983, selling 10 million copies,
Nice.
4 million in the U.S. alone. Church of the Poison Mind was the first single hitting the top 10 in the U.S. Karma Chameleon, the second single, was their first #1 hit in the U.S. Miss Me Blind and It's a Miracle also hit the U.S. top 40. Culture Club would go on to win a Grammy for Best New Group, and I still remember they had to accept the award by satellite because they were doing something in England,
Mm-hmm.
and I still remember Boy George's deathless line of, "Thank you, America. You've got style, you've got taste, and you know a good drag queen when you see one."
Love it. Iconic. 10 out of 10. No notes.
And then the curse of winning Best New Artist Grammy. Yep,
Troublish?
Troubles.
Oh, no.
It starts with the usual rock and roll thing of, hey, we're rock and roll stars.
We can
Hey,
do whatever
there's
we want.
drugs. Hello,
Oh.
drugs. Hello, rock and roll stars.
Oh, no.
Mostly Boy George.
Oh, no.
He and drummer John Morse had been in a relationship for a while,
I mean, I get why he's cute as heck.
and both alleged physical and verbal abuse.
Oh, no.
But they did manage to keep it together for 2 more albums, 1984's Waking Up with the House on Fire, which sold only a little over 2 million copies worldwide because, But also in 1984, George did sing on Band-Aid's Do They Know It's Christmas.
Okay, well, yeah, that. Mm-hmm.
1986's From Luxury to Heartache sold a little over 1 million worldwide.
Oh, no.
And also, George and John did not want to be around each other.
Oh, no.
And George was addicted to drugs and was busted by the British police for heroin possession.
Oh, no.
And the band broke up in 1986, but also in 1986, this little tidbit, which I thought was hilarious, Boy George had a cameo role on an episode of the A-Team called Cowboy George.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Pay the fool who don't listen to Boy George. And that's my really bad Mr. T imitation. The band did attempt to reunite in 1989. They recorded about a dozen songs, none of which have been released.
I wonder why.
George started a solo career at one point, forming a band called Jesus Loves You, writing under the name, wait for it,
Mm-hmm.
Angela Dust, as opposed to Angel Dust.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He also became interested in the Hare Krishna movement and credits it with helping him kick his heroin addiction.
Huh, him and George.
He also got a hit in 1992 with the theme to The Crying Game, which hit number 15 on Billboard's Top 40. Culture Club did reunite in 1998 for a reunion tour and did an episode of VH1 Storytellers.
Oh, okay.
They reunited again in 2002 for a 20th anniversary concert at Royal Albert Hall. George was also DJing and wrote the lyrics and co-wrote the music for the musical Taboo.
Oh, yeah, that didn't last long, but that's got a cult following.
It debuted on the West End in 2002 and was nominated for 4 Olivia Awards,
Olivia, yep.
winning one for Best Performance in a Supporting Role in the Musical by Paul Baker. Anyway, Rosie O'Donnell brought Taboo to Broadway in 2003. It closed after 100 performances, but did manage to get 4 Tony nominations.
Yeah, and people still love it. I haven't listened to it, but the people who did that show say they really missed it and said it was fun. But often with West End musicals, their taste in musicals is bonkers. Because if you think of British plays, you think of Shakespeare, and you think of Shaw, and their musicals are basically like garbage. There's no other way to phrase it. Like, they had a David Hasselhoff musical that makes absolutely no sense, and the Hoff was in it. And if you listen to any of the Musicals with Cheese episodes where they cover West End musicals, it's just all crap.
But isn't like Phantom of the Opera from West End and
That's 1980s West End. I'm talking about current West End.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like throw it all against the wall and see what sticks.
And the British public will eat it up. I guess their plays are so serious they think, oh yeah, Hasselhoff running to the Baywatch theme on stage for 5 minutes at one point in this musical. Yeah, I'll pay a couple quid to see that.
Oh, geez. So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So this musical closed after 100 performances,
Mm-hmm.
but did manage to get 4 Tony nominations. So let me ask you,
Mm-hmm.
does it all come down to as long as it gets Tony nominations, or does that still make it successful even though it was 100 performances?
No, it doesn't make it successful, but them getting Tonys after they closed basically shows that people are like, listen, you didn't last long, but we recognize there were some good attributes of your show.
Oh, okay.
It's like, a show getting nominated for Tonys doesn't necessarily mean that they'll stay open longer. People like to think it will, but if you're nominated for a lot of Tonys and you don't win any of them, you're not going to stay open all that long.
Oh,
If that
okay.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that does. Okay. Culture Club did put out an album in 1999 called Don't Mind If I Do. It was only released in Europe and Japan. In
Oh,
2006, Mikey Craig and John Morse tried to hit the road as Culture Club with a new singer as George and Roy Hay declined to tour.
uh-oh.
Nothing came of it. They tried to hit the road,
Mm.
but the road said, oh, no, you're not hitting me.
This isn't my culture club.
Mhm. In 2011, George, Mikey, and Roy played 2 concerts. John Morse wasn't able to participate due to a back injury.
Ooh.
In 2014, they had to cancel a US UK tour due to George having a serious throat condition.
Oh, no.
They did record 18 tracks for a new album called Tribes, but it was never released. However, it was reworked in 2018 and retitled Life. The band hit the road, but John Morse didn't participate in the European leg of the tour. Eventually, he would leave Culture Club in 2021 because the whole George, John thing.
And he sued them at one point, right?
I don't know. It's possible.
I thought I read an article about that saying he did sue them for something, and no, it was on the BBC, and they settled out of court, I think.
I think it had to do something with credits.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. If you go on the band's website, boygeorgeandcultureclub.com, and look at the t-shirt section. Thank you. It's just George, Mikey, and Roy on the shirts, no John.
Uh-oh.
They even removed John's image from the Color by Numbers album cover t-shirt and replaced John with 3 triangles with squiggles in them.
What is he, Bill Cipher?
I don't know who that is.
I'll show you later.
Okay. Culture Club most recently toured in 2023 with Howard Jones in Berlin as opening acts. Most recently, Boy George teamed up with Ariana DeBose and Nile Rodgers on the song Electric Energy from the movie Argyle.
Movie apparently sucked, but the song slaps like hell.
And the video is hysterical.
Yes.
Henry Cavill, he needs to win some sort of like music video award for
No,
his
no,
performance.
Participation trophy.
Yeah,
That
I
is
guess.
a participation trophy music video performance if I have ever seen one. As one commenter said, that is what happens when you drag your introvert friend to the party and they're forced to dance. That's what he was.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, I think he had the lead role in the movie.
Yeah, one of them.
Culture Club have been eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame since 2007, and I say, yep, get him in there.
It's just the Music Hall of Fame at this point. Everybody in.
Yeah. As for me, I loved all the singles from the first 2 albums and bought Kissin' to Be Clever and Color by Numbers on vinyl way back in 1982. I thought the debut album was okay. The singles were the best thing about the album, but Color by Numbers is a classic pop album. There's not one bad track on it at all. And I am surprised I don't have it on CD myself, but I did find it at the library because that's what they're there for. As for this best of, I'm really not sure what the official title is. It's basically a bargain basement CD put out by EMI as part of their 10 best series. Like the original cover is not the one that I have. It's something else, and it has a big number 10, and it says the best of Culture Club, and you realize, oh, I must be getting 10 songs. There you go. But the thing is, like, with the one I have, there's just 10 songs. There's no credits at all whatsoever.
Oh.
There's not even a CD booklet. It's just a card with a picture of the band, and that's it. The other side is completely blank. But we have to ask ourselves, did EMI really pick the 10 best Culture Club songs?
Oh, let's find out, shall we?
Let's.
That's what we're here for. First song, Karma Chameleon. Karma Chameleon. There you go. This person has a lover who started out nice, but the singer was strung along, and eventually this person turned bitter and said some hurtful things. Says there without conviction and doesn't know how to sell a contradiction. Boy George sings it with the attitude of la 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 la, not listening. He's gonna go on being happy and basically tells the lover to get a grip. Karma will come for their attitude one day. This is honestly a good breakup song, or for someone who wants to say, listen, all we share is a bed, nothing more. I'm not gonna let your opinions bring me down because I know who I am, so I'm gonna go dancing now, which good for him.
Okay, this is the opening track on Color by Numbers. And Boy George said this song was about alienation, and if you aren't true to yourself, you get karmic payback. But I don't hear any of that
No, I
coming
just hear
through
a
in the
good
song.
time.
I hear more of what you espoused.
Yeah.
Plus, I always thought it was about someone who was like very changeable.
Oh, like a chameleon? Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe that has something to do with not being true to yourself. Like if you just keep constantly changing who you are, then eventually maybe you kind of lose your identity as wait. To quote Arnold Schwarzenegger, "If I'm not me, then who the hell am I?"
What movie is that from?
I believe it's Total Recall.
Okay. He can't recall anymore.
Right there, you go.
Next.
Um, I think the best ironic line that he sings is, "I'm a man who doesn't know how to sell a contradiction."
Mm-hmm.
I think he did at the time. And I'm surprised he was able to sing that line without cracking up. The music itself is catchy, and I like how the drumming turns martial at the end. And any resemblance between Karma Chameleon and Handyman by Jimmy Jones
I
is
hear a little bit, but not. I didn't hear it when I first heard it. I was like, okay, sure, whatever.
it's completely coincidental, allegedly. Like when this song became a hit, Jimmy Jones came out and was like, "Excuse me, got a little thing here going," and George was like, "I think I've heard your song once, but it was so long ago, guy."
Unconscious plagiarism?
Could be, but not to the point of like,
Not like My Sweet Lord?
yeah.
Okay, alright. Next track. Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Okay, so is this song supposed to be about someone who hurt their lover, and now said lover is rubbing salt in the wound?
Um, that's very, very close. George had actually written this with John Moss in mind,
I heard that he wrote songs about him, yeah.
plus all of his other past exes.
Okay, because
But
that's...
I mean, John being the most recent.
Yeah, because that's what I think it could be about potentially. I love the opening. I thought we were going to get a powerful pop ballad with Boy George's vocals and those strings, but then we get more upbeat, almost like ska or reggae, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we're going in this direction now. And then you catch yourself bobbing along to the music absent-mindedly. Took an interesting direction I wasn't expecting.
This is from Kissing to Be Clever, and I love that opening line. Popularity breeds contempt. Which I guess is a Quentin Crisp quotation. And I thought, yeah, it does, because anything that's popular, people just like hate it eventually.
Yeah.
Like you've got that, oh, this is great, and then they start getting more popular, and it's like, oh, they're sucking, and then they start getting unpopular. Okay, they're good again.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Ah,
That happened to him. Just the overexposure that people had, where it felt like he was writing every single song for Disney, and people were like, at first they're like, "Oh my God, this guy's good. He's a genius." And then Disney marketing just oversaturated the internet with him, and they're like, "Please pick someone else." Like, oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda is writing the music for the Mufasa prequel. Please, God, no. Yes, that is a real thing, Dad. I did not make it up. My dad is shocked and appalled.
Mufasa prequel. Like we have to learn how Mufasa became the Lion King.
I guess. Maybe he's gonna kill somebody like Superman with Zod in the Man of Steel movie.
Well, they need to get James Earl Jones into a recording booth ASAP.
They did that though for the live action remake, and that man sounds dusty. He sounded old. Mufasa lost his might. He just can't do it anymore.
Well, maybe he can like gargle or give him a cough drop or something.
Anyway, now that we're depressed, back to Culture Club.
Okay, so I think maybe George knew this song was gonna blow up big, and contempt for him and the band was gonna run riot, which it did.
Oh no!
Because, do you really want to hurt me? Haters answered yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
oh, no.
yes, we do. Hold still. Musically, yeah. First is that like a cappella introduction, like you've got that big chorus of voices, and like, wow, this is gonna be like this
is gonna be cool.
ballad, slow song.
It's gonna be sick.
But I realized if you listen really closely, you can hear the synths, and then you think, okay, this is going to be a slow torch song. And then we get doom, doom,
and I'm like, what the hell happened?
then we get reggae because it was the early 80s, new wave, new romantic kind of thing.
Something.
Or something close to it. But whatever it is, it's catchy. And that's true of almost all the songs on here. Culture Club, they knew how to hook the listener.
Next track. I'll tumble for you. I see they went to the Prince School of Writing song titles with the numbers. I'm gonna say it here. All the members of Culture Club are very cute. Anyway, this is a cute head over heels song. I will do anything for you, including tumble. The spoken word doesn't feel out of place because... Oh wait, are we on the right track here? Oh, yes, we are. I'm sorry, just want to double check. My bad. The spoken word doesn't feel out of place because it feels playful. A flirtation song that never comes across as insincere.
This is also from Kissing to Be Clever. And I think it's like George is bragging that he's like the real thing. Best line, he'll be a boy for you, but you need more. And then he goes in the chorus, I'll tumble for you. Haters of the song said it should have been called I'll Bend Down for You.
I shouldn't be laughing, but...
Oh, you're going to hell.
Yeah, we're all going to hell.
I'll save you a seat.
You're driving the bus.
Musically, to me, this is reminiscent of Bow Wow Wow, the group that George was a member of very briefly, because it's just like very, very percussive. Not as thundering as Bow Wow Wow, though. I don't know if you've heard any of their stuff, but oh my God, just like over the top with the drumming. Not in a bad way though, but at least in this case, with I'll Tumble For You, you can put away the aspirin. With Bow Wow Wow, you kind of need to have a bottle of beer by your side.
Next track, Move Away. Great opening vocals. They convey a dramatic power. It seems like he can't live up to his partner's expectations because of the pressure society puts on him. He can't be a hero because he's just a man. And when he's just a man, he can't live up to society's idea of what it means to be a proper man. And he has to tell this person to get away from him because he knows he doesn't have the self-control to let them go, which is very self-aware. It's also the first time we hear other members of Culture Club stand out, and the bass singer is pretty darn good. As for the music video, oh boy, George, what did you do to your hair? Looks like my dad got his hands on it with the weed whacker. Very self-aware breakup song.
I resemble that remark.
But it's hair. Like when you take a weed whacker to a lawn, it does a good job. But if you took it to hair, of course the hair's gonna look screwed up.
Okay, I haven't seen the video, so
it looks like a patch of topsoil.
Oh, okay.
It's bad.
So this is from Luxury to Heartache, and no, I'm not repeating myself. This was the band's last U.S. Top 40 hit, going to number 12, and I thought it was kind of like issuing a warning, maybe along the same lines of what you said. I kind of got it like, move away from him. He never said he'd hold your hand or understand. He never wanted to be a hero or a man. Like, I guess he's not sure of who he is, and until he figures that out, just stay away from him and let him figure it out. But
probably a good idea, actually.
Yeah. Never want to be a hero or a man, always the boy, I guess. Now, legendary Atlantic Records producer Arif Mardin was behind the boards twiddling the knobs on this, and my God, what a great job he did. This sounds so different from all the previous stuff. And I'm blanking on that producer for the first 3 albums. Steve someone. I'm sorry, I blanked
on your last. You keep talking.
On your last name, but this was just like.
Was their producer?
Yeah.
Steve Levine.
Yes, that's it.
There you go.
Steve Levine. Thank you. But this was just like, wow. It's BS free. It's catchy, and George comes through with a really strong vocal performance. And the thing is, when I heard this song, I thought this could have come out of any decade. It's not glued to the 80s. I mean, it's just such a great song. It's obviously it's not one of the most famous, but oh my God, it's really a pop gem.
Next track, The War Song. War is stupid, and people are stupid. That's why war is stupid.
Because people are stupid. So war is stupid.
So
and then we get in this vicious circle, and next thing we know, we're chasing our tails, and then we're all getting dizzy.
Can you think of anti-war songs that sound positive musically? The first 2 that come to mind for me are the folk arrangement of I Ain't Gonna Study War No More and What the World Needs Now Is Love, Sweet Love. Do you think of any other ones other than that? He's making a face.
I will go with "Save the People" by Fifth Dimension,
Okay.
written by Laura Nyro.
I,
Um,
yeah.
Peppy anti-war songs.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Anyway, I like the message of this one. War is stupid because the people who start them are stupid, like that cycle we alluded to earlier. People are selfish, and that selfishness can also put us at war with ourselves when our nature is supposed to be loving, and we're just arguing over, I want my stuff, but you can't have yours. That chorus also got to me, I can't lie. They also referenced war, what is it good for, with the abrupt cutoff after the word war. It's the same. And then Boy George whips out these rock and roll shrieks that made my eyes widen. I wasn't expecting that, so it shows he knows how to use it and when to use it. Easily one of my favorite songs on the album. One of two.
Okay, this is from "Waking Up with the House on Fire," a protest song, obviously from the title.
The house is on fire. My generation will get that joke.
The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. My generation will get that one. I gotta say, the chorus is annoyingly catchy because I just do not like this song. But when I heard it, I'm like, damn it, World War is stupid and people are stupid is taking up way too much headspace. And it took me a number of days to be able to vacate it from my mind.
Well, I'll enjoy it, so you don't have to.
Thank you. But I gotta say, that's the only thing I remember about the song because the verses are forgettable and kind of meandering.
It's not the worst pop protest song I ever heard. I think the one that takes the cake is that Paula Abdul protest song where she's like, I'm pro something. You know the one we discussed on our Best Of album?
Promise of a New Day?
Maybe, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's protesting, but we don't know what it is about exactly.
But she's so cute, who cares?
She's pro something.
She's pro everything. I don't know, I think the song as a whole wanders, and it's not my favorite track. And I know George meant well, but sometimes that's not enough. And I think the other thing is, I don't think they had enough time between albums. Like, it was just, okay, we need some more product. And it caught up with them on this third album where it was just, everything just stopped. Like, oh, why isn't this as good as the other two? I mean, there's no crime in taking, a number of years between albums because it's like, if you have nothing to say, you really shouldn't put out an album just for the heck of it. You should have something to say.
Next track, Miss Me Blind. If you've ever had a partner who didn't know how good they got it, then this song is for you. Boy George knows the object of his affection will miss him when he's gone because they can't see what's in front of them now. But he does offer the caveat, if you take my hand and learn to love, all is not lost for us. But it doesn't sound like the other person will take it because George goes back to the old refrain. As for the music video, there's some sort of martial arts fight going on until the pagoda catches on fire. The end. It's a choice.
I'll take your word for it because usually when I do these, I will just listen to the CD.
Well, I don't have it on I don't have the CD, but also so my Spotify doesn't get screwed up, I listen to it on YouTube because if we do one of your albums and I end up not liking it and I play it on Spotify, Spotify's like, "Oh, do you want more like this?" I'm like, "No. No, I do not."
All right.
Yeah.
This is from Color by Numbers. And George is better than the rest of the men. He's so the man that you'll miss him blind, which after almost 40 years, I'm still fighting to figure out what does that really mean, like missing someone blind.
Aren't we all?
Like
yeah, trying to figure it out.
Like, you're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss me blind. Does that mean you can't see what's in front of you, or it's one of those things of like they're gone and oh, I didn't see what I had in front of me at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the second one.
Or maybe it's like you'll miss him so much, you'll go blind. If you don't stop it, you'll go blind. You kids, don't make me get up. Anyway, this is a stomping track, and it probably filled dance floors back in the day. Even though I was around them back in the day, I can't remember.
Next track, Time, Clock of the Heart. The message of the song is interesting. Given time, lovers can grow together, but he seems self-aware as if he knows he won't change. And his lover won't help because they're just a puddle of tears refusing to listen. Honestly, though, my two favorite things were, 1, the saxophone solo, and 2, watch the music video for this one because it's Christmas time and they're all drinking out of mugs with their names on them. And yes, Boy George's says boy. It's great.
You put a lot more effort into this song, figuring out what it means, than I did because I really, really tried, and I still have no idea. I mean, time makes lovers feel like they've got something real, but you and me know we've got nothing but time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's catchy, and I will give it that. And it's one of those things where, like, if I don't think about it, it's rather pleasant.
Next track, Church of the Poison Mind. Not only did this man fall in love, he fell into obsession, only to find out too late that, whoops, the object of his affection is a bit of a toxic individual. The featured singer sounds great here, and yeah, that's really all I have to say. Not really remarkable other than that.
Okay, this is from Color by Numbers. Once in a Rolling Stone interview around 1984, Bob Dylan was asked, "What religion do you subscribe to?" And his answer was, "I attend the Church of the Poison Mind."
Oh, so, thanks, Bob.
So there you go. And again, I have to admit, I don't know what's going on here. And that seems to be like a thing with about half of these songs where it's like they're catchy and they're tuneful, but I have no idea what point they're trying to make. And again, I wonder if they don't know what point they're trying to make either.
Again, thanks, Bob.
Plus, I have a grammatical question. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't it be the Church of the Poisoned Mind?
Oh, I typed. Oh, yeah, Church.
The title is Church of the Poisoned Mind, but I'm thinking, shouldn't it be poisoned?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Can I say? Yeah, go ahead. Finish, and I'll ask you a question.
Okay. Yep. But you know what? It doesn't matter because this song just comes charging out of the gate. Its beat is so Motown. Even the harmonica is reminiscent of Stevie Wonder. It's just so catchy. Mm-hmm. And that background singer, Helen Terry, just brings it to the choruses.
She did. Yes,
She's just got a hell of a voice. This is my definition of a perfect pop song, and this is also my favorite Culture Club song, and I will never get tired of hearing it.
Okay, question. So, you know how Bob inspired the title? I get that Bob...
No. Bob didn't inspire the title. The song came out before Bob.
Oh, okay. But just a question.
He was trying to show that he was hip with the young kids.
Okay.
In the 80s.
Gotcha. But, that's why he said it. Because I was going to ask you about Bob. I know that he's very prolific and an important singer in the 60s. But as he got older, do you think he was just a bit up his own butt more, smelling a bit of his own farts, and was like, yeah, if I say something vague and prolific, people will just lose their mind?
I'm sure he probably went through that phase.
Okay.
But, sometimes the well runs dry, but you just keep going.
That's true. Next track, It's a Miracle. I really like the music in this song. The key it's in and the harmonies they do on In Dreams Are an Illusion, followed by that one bit of dissonance on It's a Miracle. But lyrically, it did nothing for me. My favorite part by far was the music video itself. It was well edited and it looked like they were having fun.
Mm-hmm. This is from Color by Numbers, and something's a miracle. And like I said before, I think the band's MO was, it doesn't matter what the words are, just make sure listeners can sing along to the chorus and nobody gets hurt.
And make a few bucks while we're at it.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Is George sometimes singing It's a Miracle or It's America? Could go either way.
Could be just the British no, he's Irish, right?
Yeah.
Could be the Irish accent.
Could be. And once again, Helen Terry comes through. She's contributing some scatting towards the end. And she ends up closing it up with that loud hey.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, the band keeps it catchy. And I got to say about Helen Terry, I love her voice. I don't know if I could sit through a whole album, but I just love what she brought to Culture Club.
How she's used, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think if... now I'm thinking about Dairy Girls because you mentioned Ireland. You know how the girls went to go see Take That in one episode? Do you think maybe in the flashback, when they showed their mas, how they were like them, they would have tried to sneak to see a Culture Club concert?
Yeah, it's possible. I think so.
I can see them doing that. Final track, Victims. I was not expecting this emotional tug at the heartstrings for a closer. I think the reason I like it so much is because it has the same drama musically as a Queen ballad.
I can see. Yeah, I can see that.
But
Yeah.
the lyrics themselves are poetic too, about how sometimes you just feel the ghosts of former lovers, and he meets this person who just drags him down this hole. Like, he loves them, but he can feel himself being undone. I can't explain it, but the feeling in this song almost overwhelms, or at least makes you sit with the emotions. Very beautiful.
hmm This is from Color by Numbers, and this was the final track on that album. And it's also the final track on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was just assuming that the victims are exes, but then I'm thinking maybe George is one of them because he sings, "When you do those things, pull my puppet strings, have the strangest void for you." So maybe he's a victim just as well. Of,
Like Scott Pilgrim and the Seven Deadly Exes.
oh yeah, did you
Yeah.
see that movie?
I saw the live action one. They made it a cartoon recently too.
Oh, okay, so
And
the Michael Cera one, yeah.
they brought Michael Cera back to voice for the cartoon. They brought all the movie actors back to voice for the cartoon.
Nice.
Based on the comic. Yeah. Alright, overall, Culture Club's music didn't do a whole hell of a lot for me. I recognize they're very talented, and the music is objectively good, but it didn't grab me, save for 2 tracks. However, if you want some great music videos, watch the ones for these songs because they're very well done. Oh, and the drummer is very, very cute, so that's an added bonus.
Okay, overall, this is a solid set. It's 10 songs, so it's all lean, no fat. Um, as they used to say, all killer, no filler.
Mm.
Really not a stinker in the bunch, though for me, the War song does come close, but it's got that annoyingly catchy chorus, and that kind of saves it. It kind of does. This is pretty much all the Culture Club casual listener would ever need.
I agree.
And I think EMI did a very good job picking the 10 songs.
But they didn't do a good job with the booklet.
No, they did not. They sucked at that.
Alright, as always, thank you for listening to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, because the more you interact with the video, the greater chance we have of appearing on the YouTube homepage. If you follow me on social media, I post the episodes there. If you're friends with my dad, just email him what you want to listen to and he'll send it to your inbox. As always, thank you for listening to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. We will be back next time with another album to nitpick and gripe about. Dad, anything you want to say before we sign off?
You don't really want to hurt me, do you? I hope not.
And don't forget, war is stupid.
Yeah, so people.